This LEW'S, like I said, it was a good reel. It still is a good reel, and I'll still use it, but I would much rather spend more money on baits or gas in the boat or anything like that compared to spending so much money on reels. So, hey guys, this is Craig. Real quick, I wanted to do a reel comparison with the LEW'S Mach 2 Speed Spool. And I'm going to compare the KastKing Crixus X, or the Crixus Armor X. Got the black and blue, which is pretty cool. All right, with this LEW'S, I used a 7.2 rod on both of these reels to compare making the cast and all that. And I also used 12-pound fluorocarbon line. It's the KastKing Covert, which is actually pretty good itself if you haven't tried that out. The one thing with this LEW'S, it's a 7:5 to 1 gear ratio. It's got 10, it's a 10 bearing system, and it's got 30 inches per turn of the handle, so it's pretty good there. It's a graphite body. It's got the 99mm handle. It's got the wind grips, non-slip. These reels are very similar. It's got a quick release right here, and it's got a 5 magnetic braking system, which is not bad. I started off with this one. I started off with the Max, making cast. I casted spinner baits, jigs, all crankbaits, through some small crankbaits, Texas rigs, pretty much you name it, I threw it. This LEW'S reel throws really far. It's got a 15-pound drag system, which is not bad, especially if you're a bass fisherman guy like myself. It's got the gear system. It's got the double shielded stainless steel bearings, which is a little different from the KastKing. It's not a double shielded system. It's just a single. But other than that, this reel is $140 compared to the KastKing at $89.99. So once I got this dialed in, made long cast, it performed well. But for me, being $140, it's not out of my price range, but I don't want to spend too much money on the reels like that. I'm not trying to be a touring pro or anything like that, just fun fish and do some local tournaments like that. But this reel held up on its own. It's quality. I'd buy another one if I had to. But once I got this KastKing Crixus Armor X in my hand, this reel is $90. It's $89.99 on Amazon and KastKing.com. Super smooth. It still looks brand new compared to this LEW'S. I don't know if you can see the handles, but they're already turning black from being on the boat. So they use the wing grips compared to the KastKing. They use the EVA handles, or the grips. 95mm aluminum handle, same as the LEW'S. See that? The difference is with this one, it has 17.6 pounds of drag, which is really good. I ended up hooking a catfish on this reel, and I let it do its thing, and it really put this reel to the test. But I believe it was like a 25-pound catfish, nothing crazy, but this reel held up on its own, and I was really impressed with that. This reel, like I said, is $89.99. This is 6.8 ounces compared to the LEW'S. It is 7.2 ounces. So you get a little bit lighter frame, still low profile, which fits in your hand real easily. I mean, I don't have small hands, but I don't have big hands either. So really easy in your hand, or fits perfectly in your hand. You got your little drag system right there as well. I really like the black and blue on this reel. It's a 10 bearing system as well, just a single shielded with this stainless steel bearings. Trying to think of anything else. The handles, like I said, aluminum. But making the cast with this reel, it casts the jig really easy once you get it dialed in. I went all the way down to no spool. I had to thumb spool it, making the cast before I ended up getting a couple backlash and get it cleaned out. But the one thing I noticed is when this one did backlash to KastKing reel, it wasn't as hard to get out as the LEW'S. I don't know if it was the bait or if it was in the wind or something like that, but this was easier to get out. So if you bird nest a lot, that's definitely a bonus. But once I got it dialed in, I put it on the 3, which is pretty low. Cast a lipless crankbait, 40, 50 yards pretty easily, further than the LEW'S reel. The one thing I did notice on average is I outcasted with this, this KastKing outperformed the LEW'S on casting easily by 10 to 15 feet. So if you're on a high pressured system or water, body of water, high pressured lake, sometimes you need to be that extra 10 to 15 feet. So that was very beneficial. It's got the quick release system as well. This reel being $89.99, I would much rather buy 2 of these compared to this LEW'S being $140. One thing with this LEW'S, I don't know if you can see that right there, that little piece is already broke off. So that's broke off or fallen off, and these handles are discolored a little bit. So it's not held up on the cosmetic side as well as this KastKing reel. You need to check them out. They're on Amazon under KastKing and also KastKing.com. This reel, like I said, is $89.99, and with an 8 magnetic system compared to the 5 that the LEW'S has, you could really tell a difference with the spool and tightening and all the not having as much backlash. So for me, I really like the price range, and with KastKing, their branding is, affordable innovation. So I really think you should try this out. Pretty high quality reel for a lot less. You can get 2 of these for the price of this one LEW'S. So this LEW'S, like I said, it was a good reel. It still is a good reel, and I'll still use it, but I would much rather spend more money on baits or gas in the boat or anything like that compared to spending so much money on reels. So I hope this comparison helped you all. If you have any questions, just let me know. I appreciate it. See ya.
KastKing has brought a new vibe to fishing. KastKing turned fishing upside down through affordable innovation. You will flip over the best values in fishing from KastKing. KastKing is all about affordable innovation.